So waist training. I've not worn a waist trainer, I want to say since maybe October, November. It's been a long time, a really really long time. And so my waist did get larger. I just watched one of my old videos from, I think it was from October, and that's when I got this Timeless Trends corset, and I think my waist was at 24 inches then. I just measured it for the first time in months, in over 6 months, and right now I'm like a 27, maybe like a 27 and a half. So my waist did get large. When I started waist training back, I feel like in April of 2019, I started off with like a 30-inch to a 29-inch waist, but I was a little bit overweight at that time. I wasn't following a very healthy diet. So I would say if I would have measured my same waist maybe before April of 2019, so maybe in January of 2019, it most likely would have been a 28 or a 29. So within these past, like, let's just say 6 months or so, for my waist to only go up to like 27 to 27 and a half inches, that's really not too bad. Of course, whenever I measure my waist, I always do it without the corset on. Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense to measure with a corset on. The whole reason of waist training, especially for me, is to have a small waist without the waist trainer on, you know, without the corset on. So yep. So we're 27. I would love to get back down to 24. We'll see. I'm gonna start with this one isn't even fully seasoned. Like, I had just got this in October and I didn't even really fully season it, so it'll be awesome, just to get it to where it's nice and comfortable. Right now I have it on not too tight because my body is not used to this, but if you see here, I don't really have it completely like on. It's on just enough, but it'll be interesting to see how fast I can get back to 24. I'm really excited. Like I said, I want to get to 24 without, you know, a corset on, and that's what I was back in October, so we'll see. I will also say I got down to a 24-inch waist without the Timeless Trends corset. I had first started with just regular stretchy waist trainers from Amazon, and I'll have all that linked down below. So I started off with those, and I went from the 30 to 29-inch waist down to like, gosh, 26, 25. And then once I couldn't get the waist trainers, the stretchy ones, in a smaller, because like I think I was down like an extra small and I needed to go down even smaller, that's when I basically moved out of waist trainers and I went to corsets, because I couldn't get the stretchy waist trainer to get, you know, any tighter. I was using the ones with, like, you know, the clasps, so it wasn't like a wrap one. So then I went to, I think it was a $30 or $40 Amazon corset, and I'll have that below. Actually, I just pulled it out. Before I put on this one today, I pulled this one out, and that shows you how long I had worn this one. I thought this one was this one, and then I put it on and I was like, you know what? It doesn't have the cut. This one has like a special cut for your hips, and I was like, this one doesn't really have it. If you see this one, it just, the bottom is just like that. So, I mean, this one was great. It feels really comfortable because it's seasoned. I've worn it for hours and hours and hours on end. So this one is getting there. The more you season it, the easier it will be to clasp, the easier it will be to, you know, just get it tightened, and it'll just start to basically mold to your body perfectly. It'll literally take on the shape of your body. It's awesome. So this one, obviously I'm seasoning it, so you know, it'll only get better the more I wear it. But yeah, this is the one from Amazon. I still recommend it. If you're just starting out with this, you know, waist training, if you're trying to go from like a 30 to 29-inch waist down to 24 like I did, just start out with the stretchy waist trainers, like a legit waist trainer. I wouldn't say like start out with a corset, because one, I feel like they're probably more comfortable, and two, just to see if you're gonna stick with it. I was wearing mine usually like around 6 hours a day, if not more. If you're just starting out, you'll start out with like 3 to 4 hours a day, and then just increase it. and do that maybe 4 or 5 times a week, if not more. It just depends on how quickly you want your waist to get snatched. But yeah, I can't say that like I recommend to start out with corsets right off the bat, because why spend $120 on something like this, which is amazing. This is like the limousine of corsets, but you don't want to spend so much money if you're not going to stick with it. So yeah, just start out with something cheap for now, like a $25 to $30 one off of Amazon, and yeah, you can still get great results even using those. So do whatever you want to do, but after you size out of those, which depending on how dedicated you are and how many hours a day you wear it for, you might size out of the traditional waist trainers within maybe 2 months, if that, and then you'll probably have to go down to corsets or find a specialty company that makes the stretchy waist trainers small enough, because I got down to an extra small waist trainer quicker than I thought I would, and then after that I was just like, okay, I'll go corset, because with a corset it's all adjustable. So yeah, you would basically wear this until these ends touch, so until you close the corset completely, and then you'd get a new corset. I didn't completely close this one, I just went to this one because I like the shape. If you put in the money, basically you can get something that is comfortable and that you will wear longer. The way this is cut, you see it's not going to dig into my hips, which that was one issue that I had with that one. I'd also always have to like have something like rubbed up under it just to keep it from digging into my hip bones. Again, your hip bones aren't going to move. That's kind of why I don't have this all the way down flat. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, so there's no need to. This isn't going to help put this in anymore. Really, you're just adjusting from right here, because your floating ribs and everything that's going to move and give you the smaller waist are right here. So this is what you really need to focus on. But like I said, the more I wear it, the more it'll start to adjust to my body. And then yeah, this is a size 18, meaning I think that's the smallest it gets down to. I probably will never ever be able to close this all the way down to 18. I would just be happy with 24 or 23. The great thing about waist training is that it's like an optical illusion. So even if you're not like doing squats and like not working on your butt or anything, just by making your waist smaller, it automatically makes your hips and everything and your butt look bigger. So it's just crazy that it actually works. Did I say that? Like, it's just crazy, because when I started in April of 2019, and I started doing this, like seriously, I was doing it to see if it worked, and I was doing it to see if I would get a smaller waist and I would keep a smaller waist without wearing it, because who the heck wants to wear this and like go out like for a night on the town, or like out for drinks wearing, you know, a waist trainer or something? Like, not really. You want the pretty effect without actually wearing it 24/7 a day. And so once I saw like that I could keep my results, that's when I was like, oh, this actually does work. Even people who have done it for years, they will tell you that you're never going to get to a point to where you stop waist training. You always have to keep waist training. It'll just you can just cut back on the amount of time that you do it for. So to maintain out of a 7-day week, some people recommend putting it on for maybe 3 times during those 7 days, and just for like a couple hours. But if you're trying to get down to a small waist and you're trying to get down to it fast, for me, wearing it anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a day, at least 5 or 6 times a week, your waist just like starts shrinking. And it's like every time you use the what is that little thing, the little measuring tape, like something's always changed, like it's always getting smaller. So but that's a very aggressive approach. I would not say start out those hours. I couldn't even do 6 to 7 hours right now after not having worn one for like 6 months, over 6 months. Like, I would probably die. So like I said, today I'm just going for 4 hours, and then I will probably be so thankful to take this off at the end of the 4 hours. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I'll have links down to every corset and waist trainer that I talked about today. I'm just assuming you guys know the difference between a corset and a waist trainer.